Today we have a gentleman here named Kendrick Smith, and he's a pharmacist, and he's joining us. He's the CEO and the president of Breedwise. And the reason we brought Kendrick here is because Breedwise is a company that specializes in pets. And since our launch of our flagship program that involves pet medication, we thought that this would be a great place here for us to bring Kendrick and let him tell us about Breedwise. Why is it important? How did he develop such a successful, uh, say, uh, program at his pharmacy that he went from say 1% of his revenue being from his pet medication to over 25%. So that's pretty good because pet medication is all cash business. So just to tell you a little bit more about us, so you can visit our brand new website that just launched this morning. It's rebranded, it's beautifully designed, and you can enjoy everything on our website. And it's pretty self-explanatory now. But what I want to show you is that when you join RX Connection, and this is a sample pharmacy, you'll have access to our pharmacy app and also our business app, which is in the Marketing Plus tab right in here. So what we do at RX Connection, not only we analyze your dispensing data, okay, that you can just bring in your dispensing data from uploading your files from your pharmacy management system, and we do integrate with Liberty software, and also you can all your purchases. So when you bring all your dispensing and your real purchases from your actual invoices that you dispense, now things starts taking shape, and you start looking at your business in a whole different light. And you can drill into these type of data right from here and also from the detailed reports. And we have built several reports in here that you can really drill into these type of data and be able to see exactly how your business is doing. You can also see in the middle of the thing that we have something that's called Betty. That's our chatbot that you can ask any question pertaining to your business. This is not hooked up to Chat GPT. This is our built-in Chat GPT, if you will, for pharmacies, for you. It's basically custom to your pharmacy. You can ask anything. You can see, how many, prescriptions did I fill in August? Okay. You can ask that question and it'll tell you how many you filled. You can tell you how much revenue, who's my, most profitable bin and PCN number, who's my number one patient, who's my doctor, anything that you don't need to go drill into the data, just ask the question and Betty will be able to, well, you can call it whatever you want, but Betty will be able to tell you exactly what, here you go. I mean, we filled 4,411 prescriptions and you can continue on asking questions. All these data is also available to you here. Okay, so that's the tabular, but it keeps track of your controlled substance inventory. You can analyze your data from your controlled drugs, how much you bought of C2, C3, 4, 5, which is good. Plus, it gives you links to other resources such as DEA, other resources for the DEA lookups, NADAC, and a bunch of other things, controlled substance managers, reporting, and everything else. So that's tabular. And then we have a cost plus program. And I want to just touch upon this right now because we have a cost plus program. And if you're thinking about promoting uh, animal meds, you may say, well, how do I promote this to my veterinarians? Well, you can promote this through our cost plus program. You know, who has heard of a cost plus RX for animals? Nobody. You go ask Mark Cuban, he's going to say, we don't have for animals, right? There's no cost plus for animals. You can go now locally develop your own cost plus program for animals through our app that connects your veterinarians, connects the patient, and connects your pharmacy. And you will be able to manage all these medications that you can provide at your pharmacy. That the doctor has a login. They can look and see if you, let's say, if you want to isolate that as veterinary products, you can go to isolate these and provide these to your vets and say, hey, doctor, this is our cost. This is the product that we compound, and this is the price. And from there, the physician on his portal can actually select that drug and send the prescription to your pharmacy. Easy as that. How easy can it get, right? And all it takes for you to contact the veterinary and say, hey, this is what you do. And then the patients also have a portal that they can log in and they can ask questions. How much is this drug? You know, and all kinds of questions. I mean, whether about the clinical part or cost or whatever. Okay. You can do all of these inside this Cost Plus. So going back, one thing before I give the microphone to Kendrick is you have telemedicine program that's custom to your pharmacy that connects you to over 150 compounded products that and more. And it doesn't have to be compounded, just about any medication, whether it be ED, tablets, troches, HRTs, TRTs, whatever you want. This Expedicare that's licensed in all 50 states will provide you a totally turnkey platform for you to be able to put that on your website and start using it right away, generating revenues. Of course, I mentioned Marketing Plus. I'm just going to touch upon this really quick. So this is our business app that you have. And this business app, it gives you access to your digital footprint. And what is that digital footprint? You want to see how your website, how your business appears in many different ways. How does it look locally? I mean, you can see engagements and questions and all kinds of things that's related. How's your website performing and everything, and where your website is or your pharmacy is showing up, and SEOs and all kinds of things. So that's our business app, and this is our pharmacy app. Okay. Now, moving out of here, we're going to go into 503B Central Fill. Now, through our Central Fill, first you have to sign up and become RX Connection member. Once you do that, then you can join our Central Fill by just clicking in here, and you will get like a DocuSign through Sign Now. You just fill that out and send it in. You just submit it online. And then from that point on, we connect you to our Central Fill Pharmacy, which they prepare all your medications, whether it be for compounded medication or animal meds. And we have 155 animal meds in here. And you're just not limited to these. Let's say you have a local vet that wants to compound salt and pepper. Well, we can make that. Just let us know what it is. We can add it back to this formulary so everybody can benefit from it. So basically at this point, this is what our Central Fill is all about. And you see your costs, you see what it costs for the shipping and everything else. And again, we have built this into the veterinarian's portal so that they can just go in. The veterinarian selects amlodipine, puts in the quantity, the direction, and says, that's it, done. Signs it electronically, and that goes to your pharmacy. Easy as that. Okay. And then, of course, we have 503B that we partner with several other 503B programs, and we have animal meds in here that gives you over, 800 products in here that you have access to. And this is all the stuff that the vets carry in their office, or they did in the past. Kendrick's going to talk about that, about the new rule a little bit, about how this opportunity can really help you guys build a business, because some of the vets cannot dispense some of these medications. But say if you're looking for, where is the patient going to go and find Vetsulin, for example? That's insulin for dogs and cats. These are all available to you, and it's no different than a wholesaler. You just basically add it to your cart, okay? Excuse me. And then you go pay. That's it, okay? You cart and you pay, and it gets shipped to you on second day, next day, whatever you want, and you pay. And that medication will come to you. Now you can tell your vets that you do have some animal meds. And one thing I want to mention is that this is the pushback that we had when we started marketing to the vets, was that hey, I make 25% of my income from sale of medication in my office, right? And you're going to take away that money from me? And then the answer is no. I want to help your patients be more compliant, and you don't have everything. And some of these drugs expires right before you get to use it. So I'm not here competing with you. I want to be part of your team so you can, call us and ask us questions. So I won't get any more of these. I mean, if you guys want to see the entire bunch of stuff that we have, I would suggest that you go ahead and schedule a call with us, and we can tell you all about it. But I'm going to stop share. And Kendrick, you can share your screen now if you like.
Okay.
And I'll let Kendrick talk about Breedwise and what he does. And hopefully this will be a great resource for you that you can that you can start promoting right at your pharmacy today. I mean, that's how fast you can start promoting it today. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Meredith. Can you hear me okay? And you see my screen okay?
I hear you fine. I think
Great,
everybody's.
okay.
If you can't hear Kendrick, please just put a in a chat or something. Okay. And if you have any questions and answers, be sure you just type it in the Q&A, and we can address that question. Thank you.
Well, it was on a webinar similar to this that Meredith had shared on LinkedIn, or maybe it was online somewhere, but I originally found out about RX Connection. Really like all of the things at their fingertips of on the website, getting that updated. So I'm excited to explore that and invite everyone else to do the same. I'm Kendrick Smith, founder of Breedwise. Today, I want to show how pharmacies can unlock one of the fastest growing opportunities in retail, that's pet health, and why it's the perfect extension of your existing business. Most pharmacies overlook pets entirely, with less than 1% of sales tied to animal health. When I shifted focus, pet health grew to 25% of my total business. So the opportunity is not hypothetical, it's proven. The US has 94 million pet households. They're driving $100 billion in annual spending. And 15 billion of that is for pet medications alone. Pharmacies are already serving these families. You have the trust, the access, and the convenience to deliver real value to pet owners. That's the foundation for long-term loyalty. So why haven't pharmacies taken significant market share of this $15 billion? Because most pharmacies lack the training, communication, and pet-specific workflows to participate. Once those barriers fall, this becomes a wide open market. As a compounder, I like to think in formulas. Every great compound starts with the right active ingredients. So let's look at the ingredients for building a successful pet pharmacy. Ingredient number one, identify your vet market. Before you can serve pets well, you need to know who your customers are and what problems they face. Every day, pet owners walk through your pharmacy doors. They're already your human patients. They trust you. And that trust easily extends to their pets when you start the conversation. 2 out of 3 of your customers have a pet. 25% of them drive with their pets at least once a week. So look for these engagement opportunities. Most pet owners face the same frustrations: high medication costs, limited access to veterinary prescriptions after hours, and confusing or unreliable online sources. They want convenience and professional guidance, the two things pharmacies already deliver best. This is where you define the opportunity. Your pharmacy can become the community's go-to destination for both human and animal health, the bridge between veterinarians and pet owners. It starts with awareness. Ask customers about their pets, capture that information in your system, and begin building pet medication profiles. The moment you do that, you're not just filling prescriptions, you're expanding your market. Once you've identified your pet owner market, the next step is deciding what you're going to offer them. Pharmacies that succeed in pet health do so by creating a structured formulary that includes medications and products across multiple categories, so you can meet the full range of needs that walk through your door. The goal of this formulary isn't just variety, it's strategy. You want to curate your product mix to serve the most common conditions. Think of it as balancing fast-moving retail products with higher margin compounds. The result is a sustainable, scalable pet health program that integrates smoothly into your existing workflow while building strong relationships with local veterinarians. I like to organize this into 3 tiers. Tier 1, human meds for pets that veterinarians already prescribe, things like gabapentin, fluoxetine, and amlodipine. These are familiar, accessible, and already in stock in your pharmacy. Tier 2, commercial pet meds. This includes flea and tick and heartworm preventatives and other common brand prescription pet meds. These give your customers choice and convenience. And tier three, compounded medications. That's your differentiator. These allow you to customize flavor, strength, and dosage forms for pets that can't use standard products. Together, these tiers make your pharmacy capable, comprehensive, and profitable. Ingredient number three, source wisely. Work with wholesalers and manufacturers who understand veterinary compliance, pricing, and packaging. Intelligent sourcing keeps your shelves stocked and your margins strong. It's all about sourcing wisely. How you source determines your profitability and your reputation. So, traditional human wholesalers often carry few veterinary SKUs, maybe a handful of common antibiotics or eye drops. So, look to some familiar names for commercial pet meds: Animal Med Express, ANDA, a Good Neighbor Pharmacy. To unlock real variety and better pricing, you'll want to connect with specialized veterinary distributors like MWI, Patterson, or Midwest Vet Supply. These will likely require a veterinarian to get access. All the more reason to build relationships and find vets who see you as an ally and are willing to collaborate with you. As you've heard, an exciting development has happened at RX Connection. The RX Connection platform is now a one-stop shop for placing orders through Animal Med Express for commercial pet meds and OTC pet wellness products. And also, RX Connection is offering 503B, where you can sell products to vets, sell compounds to vets, that is, and Vet Central Fill, so 503A products, where you can sell direct to pet owners for specialized compound sourcing. No longer do you have to do all the compounding at your physical location. Together, these cover nearly every pet health category a customer might ask for. For veterinary compounding sourcing, you can now partner with a 503B outsourcing facility to supply office use formulations for vets and source central fill compounding to handle custom pet prescriptions for individual customers. This gives you scale, flexibility, and differentiation. When you combine VetRx, OTC, and compounding expertise, your pharmacy becomes more than a retail counter. It becomes the trusted pet health hub in your community. All this is a huge innovation and great service only found on the RX Connection platform. Ingredient number 4, how do you onboard pet patients? Active ingredient number 4 is about building pet-centric workflows, systems that make it easy and natural for your team to serve both people and pets. Ask yourself, what signals tell customers that your pharmacy is for both two-legged and four-legged family members? The key is planning and consistency. Think about the everyday touch points where these workflows come to life. Your drive-through window is one of the most underutilized marketing tools in pharmacy. More than a quarter of pet owners drive with their dogs at least once a week, and half do at least once a month. That means 17 to 33% of your customers are bringing a potential new patient to your window every day. Offer a small treat, ask their name, and log that first interaction. At the checkout counter, run a short survey and reward responses with a coupon or a sample from your front-end pet section. It's an easy way to identify pet owners, create pet profiles, and invite them into your pet wellness program. When you connect treats, surveys, and coupons to profile creation, you're not just being friendly, you're building data, loyalty, and an entirely new revenue stream from customers who already trust you. Ingredient number 5. It's all about training and equipping your team. Your pharmacy's success in pet health depends on how confident and competent your staff feels when talking about animal medications, especially when it comes to dosage forms and species differences. You've probably heard it before, but PLUMS is the standard when it comes to veterinary medicine. And now it's not just a textbook to sit on the shelf. PLUMS is fully digital and updated daily, being an amazing resource right at your fingertips. PLUMS helps every team member stay accurate, compliant, and confident when serving pet owners. PLUMS has the only drug interaction checker for pets I've ever seen, and even drug handouts to print or email pet owners. It's a long-awaited innovation for veterinary dispensing. Here's a further look at PLUM's resource. Way better than a textbook. You can look anything up super quickly. And you can double check all the math and dosing you want as well. You can go all in with plums. Ingredient number 6. This is becoming the vet preferred pharmacy. And this is where your role shifts from being just a medication provider to being a professional partner. Pharmacies that thrive in veterinary health don't compete with clinics, they complement them. When you position your pharmacy as an ally who extends the veterinarian's care plan, you build relationships that last. The best pharmacies act as extensions of the vet clinic. That means supporting the veterinarian's diagnosis and treatment plan, maintaining open communication, and ensuring every medication is dispensed exactly as prescribed. When vets know they can trust your accuracy and your professionalism, they'll start sending clients directly to you. That's the foundation of a referral-based veterinary business. The relationship between veterinarians and pharmacists is both push and pull. Typically, we think of vets pushing prescriptions outward to be filled at the pharmacy. However, recent regulations have clarified a pull dynamic where pharmacies have been given the green light to supply in-office compounds that are not patient-specific, like in all other 503A compounding. One of the fastest ways to earn veterinary trust is through compliant office-use compounding. FDA guidance for industry number 256, or GFI 256, clarifies when and how compounded medications can be prepared for veterinarians to keep on hand for in-clinic use. By following those guidelines, documenting appropriately, you can support vet clinics confidently. I've built a list from GFI 256 outlining the best opportunities. Follow me on LinkedIn. I'll be sure to share it with you. Ingredient number 7. It's all about execution. Launch softly, but scale fast. You don't need to overhaul your store overnight. Start with a focused pilot, a few high-demand pet products, trained staff, and simple marketing touchpoints. Once the model works, replicate it across every location and channel. The right launch starts with the right inventory. Stock practical items that move quickly: calming chews, joint support, flea and tick preventatives, and grooming essentials. Price them competitively, but communicate their quality. Remember, pet owners expect human-grade standards. Your pharmacy delivers exactly that. As you can see, even large chains are adding in-store messaging for pet prescriptions. Don't get left behind. Speaking of in-store signage and signaling your pharmacy serves pets, here's a great place to start. BreedWise top 2 products, Calming Bites and Mobility Bites, address the most common concerns pet owners talk about: anxiety and joint health in dogs. Compact 14-count tins make them perfect for the checkout counter or drive-through upsells. Each product is backed by clinical research and crafted with human-grade ingredients. Visibility Sales dedicate a small in-store space, an end cap or aisle, branded with BreedWise. Organize products by health need: calming, mobility, skin and coat, and dental. A well-labeled lit display signals that your pharmacy is a trusted destination for pet wellness. When you frame your in-store messaging around the owner's pain points, you connect emotionally. BreedWise products map directly to these categories, giving your team an easy conversation starter at the counter. Calming Bites. These are our all-natural calming bites that target both brain and gut-triggered anxieties in dogs. Next is Mobility Bites. Again, all natural ingredients that you'll recognize from your from your own human health supplements for joints. And we place these in easy-to-carry to-go tins. The packaging matters. These compact tins fit in a purse or glove box and encourage trial purchases. They turn one-time buyers into repeat customers. Our grooming line, body spray and dental wipes, extends care beyond nutrition. They're made with the same standards as human topical products: clean ingredients, gentle formulations, and fresh scents. Every product reinforces Breedwise's premium, trustworthy image in store. Data shows that pet items average one sale per 12 checkouts with a $16 average ticket. Those are impulse-friendly numbers. Use signage, countertop displays, and social media tie-ins to keep the category visible year-round. Breedwise provides all the creative assets to make that easy. Consistency drives brand recall. Posters, shelf talkers, and window clings that highlight now carrying Breedwise invite conversation and reinforce professionalism. Your store instantly looks more modern and pet-friendly. Launching softly gives you data. Scaling fast gives you dominance. Within weeks, you'll know which SKUs move fast, which messaging resonates, and where to expand next. Breedwise's goal is to make your pharmacy the trusted neighborhood hub for pet health. Active ingredient number 8 is compounding. That's your differentiator. This is where independent pharmacies truly stand apart. While commercial pet meds cover basic compounded formulations that solve the problems no one else can, that flexibility trust with both veterinarians and pet owners drives long-term loyalty. Successful veterinary compounding is built on 3 things: wholesalers, veterinarians, and central fill partners. Start with your base of commercial pet meds, then layer in compounding for individualized care. If you don't have in-house compounding capacity, partner with 503B outsourcing facility for office use products and a central fill partner for patient-specific compounds. Both can be found on the RX Connection platform. Together, these relationships give you scale, compliance, and credibility, making your pharmacy a true veterinary solution center, not just a dispenser. And the final ingredient is serve the whole family. It brings it all together. The most successful pharmacies see beyond prescriptions. They recognize that when they care for pets, they're deepening relationships with the people who love them. By becoming the pharmacy for both people and pets, you create a family-centered model of care that no online retailer can replicate. It's personal, local, and trusted. Thanks for joining us today. If you're ready to start growing your pet health business, visit breedwise.com and explore our wholesale options. Use the checkout code RXConnection for 20% off your first order. And together we can make community pharmacies the true front line of pet health, serving every member of the family.
All right. Thank you, Kendrick. This is awesome. Lots of good information. Uh, Let me ask this question. If you go back to that slide of that Publix pharmacy that you had in
Yes.
one slide, I found it very interesting that for those who are listening, I mean, if you're familiar with Publix, it's one of the largest grocery stores in Florida and Southeast, and they're they just have a pet medication display right in the middle of the aisle that says we have pet med right here, right meow, right? So, I mean, that has to tell you something. If, grocery stores or chains is starting to catch on to this stuff, I mean, we know that independent pharmacy, you guys are the place to go. And in the you are the expert. You want to be the expert in pet medication. You want to educate yourself. You want to learn more about. And I promise you, let's say Publix pharmacy or the pharmacist there, uh, they're not going to be able to provide, or any of the bigger chains, we're not going to be able to provide the kind of service that your patients deserve. So this is your opportunity right now to, start moving on the pet medication. As Kendrick said, there might be a time in the future that with all the health insurance and everything else for pets, somebody may walk in with a CVS Care Mark for pets, right, Kendrick? And
It's likely to
It's a
happen, yes.
Medicare plan, and you're going to lose money on the DIR fee. So this is the time that you need to start developing your cash business so that if something like that ever happens, which I don't see it, um, at least you're ready. But meanwhile, you're generating cash, you're generating interest, you're doing well. The other thing that I was gonna tell you is that Kendrick was talking about the type of products such as the vaccines and nutrition, joints and ticks and fleas and all that kind of stuff. Never underestimate the nutrition. There's a nutrition part that we have. If you go, we partner with Animal Med Express, and they have a full line of nutritional products inside their store. If you go, create an account and log in, on the down it says pet animal meds. You just click on it. You can see sort them by nutritional, by OTC, and by prescription medication that you can purchase. So that's where you need to start with the Med Express and kind of, start dipping your toes into these type of preparation. And like he said, Kendrick said that, start easy. As we always say, you want to crawl, walk, and run. So you need to be in if you're not in this type of business, you need to crawl. And then as you start, catching on, people coming in, and what Kendrick has to offer at Breedwise, it's a perfect setup. That it's a perfect talk point. People come in with their dogs or cats or whatever, and they have animals or pets in their home. Now, through RX Connection, you're able to send text messages to those patients. You can filter them by age, by uh, whether male or female. So we giving you lots of tools at RX Connection, so you can send your patients text message or emails and marketing yourself to your clients. We also have a full line of marketing. If you need any kind of either digital marketing, social media marketing, a new website, and so on and so forth, we also have that. Uh, uh, in regard to Plum, that's a great resource for those of you who want to get into these type of clinical things and educate yourself. It's great. However, when it comes to monographs that Kendrick was talking about, we have all the monographs and product information, everything inside RX Connection. So you can look up over 8,700 drugs. That's animal meds, and just click on the product and it'll tell you what the drug is. You can, just like a monograph you get for any type of prescription medication for humans. Now, Kendrick, what I was going to ask you about this GFI 256. Tell me a little bit more about this, because this is important for our listeners right now, right? Because some of these vets cannot dispense any more of these compounded product from their pharmacy. Can you dig a little bit deeper into this and tell me more about what this GFI 256 is?
Yes. So again, I really just set this up as, typically we think of prescriptions being pushed into the pharmacy. In this case, we can actually be a supplier to where it can be pulled into the veterinarian's office. So GFI 256, that's Guidance for Industry number 256. It was released, I want to say about 2 years ago. Let's go back. Maybe it was August 22, but I think they've done some updates along the way. They're
Yeah,
continually
about
updating
2 years ago. Yeah.
this document, and really defines what's appropriate to be available, compounded, and available in the veterinarian's office. Really, in the past, and I've been in compounding pharmacy for long enough to know that veterinarians have always asked for this, and it's really a gray area of how we supply them when they have a need like this. So, to be compliant, we have to ask for a patient specific prescription. And so the veterinarian many times will come up with a patient's name and we will provide that to them. We've met our requirements. We have what we need on hand to call that a legal prescription. And then the veterinarian is able to utilize that. And so that to define this, I guess to really put some definitions on this, though, the FDA said we're going to put together the exact list of drugs that we approve that you don't have a patient-specific name in veterinary pharmacy so that it can be used, really the needed of more available products in the veterinarian's office. And used to, vets were compounding in their offices. Um, as they've gotten busier, they don't have time for that. They need pharmacies to rely on. And that's a great way to build a relationship with a vet, to help them come up with a catalog. That's what I've been working on, developing a catalog that we as independent pharmacies can go to our local vets and say, I can provide this for you. I'm happy to do anything that's patient specific, but if you just need some of these compounds ready and available, we are always willing to have these available to you. You could get this on have this available to them on a subscription as far as keeping them in stock, depending on the beyond use date that from each product. You'll know, when they're about to go out of date. You can make sure they have a good quantity on hand and that they're staying compliant on their end. But it's really been something that I like to say gives us a path forward to market this and develop those relationships deeper.
All right, that's great. So, Kendrick, if you could unshare your screen, I like to share my screen. I would like to show the viewers something that I would like to share before we go away. So you can see my screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to give you, because I know a lot of people in the industry. I've known people that have done great jobs, and this is a pharmacy and in New York. The owner's name is Sam. And he does such a great job with humans, I mean, with animal meds, that he does not even fill one single prescription for human, not even one. And you know what? He services New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. And, you know, I've talked to him many, many times, and I tell you, this guy is just this is a model you want to go after. I mean, if that's what you want to do, and with our set, of course, he compounds everything himself, but keep in mind that, we're giving you just like Sam invested maybe millions of dollars in his business to develop all these. He's got nutritional, he's got food, he's got prescription food and everything else for the pets, but you don't need to go that deep. If you just start with your central fill, having access to all these compounded medication through our central fill for humans or veterinarians, you can start from there, and we can make you into a compounding pharmacy like literally overnight. Okay. Now, one thing also I want to show you is that aside from that, is that this is a portal I was talking to you about. Okay, so every pharmacy, like this is our dummy account that we have, Smarts Pharmacy, right? And this is like a portal that is all custom to your pharmacy. And you have the patient portal and you have the physician or doctor's portal. And they can just go in. You can tell your Robert Stamper. So basically, you can go in and tell your physician, hey, I have this cost plus, and this is all a secure site, custom to your business. And when a physician registers, you can actually see who registered and what are they looking for. And then let me just get this 182, 294. Okay, there we go. So, maybe I got too much cash. Whenever you go through, there we go. Whenever you got Zoom calls, it takes away from the computer. So you can see all the drugs. And if you just go in here and just, for example, you can just specialize in cost plus meds for vets.
Mm.
I mean, this is it. And they can go check the prices. Okay. And they can see what your price is. They can see if it's a prescription medication that's already made. They can see what the local price is. And they can, of course, this doesn't apply if they have insurance. And they can just basically send it to the pharmacy. That easy. So they can go
And
into here and simply select a patient and send that prescription right to your pharmacy. It's easy as
this
that.
is where you can customize your pricing as well. Is that what you told me?
Correct. So you go
Yes.
into here, like exactly. Now this, you don't cut, I mean, you don't customize the pricing. I mean, the pharmacy customizes price. You charge whatever you want to charge.
Yeah.
You give this portal to the veterinarian so they can now actually see what products they have. They can search by condition, by medication, and they can send that medication directly right to the patient from our central fill. So, and then this is where you manage a patient, and there's some educational audios and resources available to you, and you customize these to however you want. And also, you can like these audios, you can create these audio uh, that you can send directly to your patients if you want, or he can send it to directly to the patient, or you can, if you have access to all of these. So I just wanted to show this that, we're not just theory, we have everything built for you into making a successful veterinary program for your pharmacy, and it just takes a little bit of effort at the beginning, but the results will be sweet, and you don't have to worry about it. Then with our central fill, I mean, that makes it just as easy for you to be able to, uh, you know, start this program right away. So just if you don't mind, just go to our website. Everything that we do is all spelled out in here as far as the pricing, solutions, what we have to offer, the analytics, the Expedia Care, the central fill program, everything cost plus. It's all spelled out in here and other programs that we also have, such as the telemedicine, telemed hub, delivery app, or whatever you're looking for. It's all built into here. And all you have to do is just go in here, start for free. We don't ask for credit card. The only time you pay is what you choose what you want to subscribe to. And we do have some bundles that saves you up to 30, 40%. Just at the end, I just want to say that we're not about, taking advantage of our pharmacies, locking you down with contracts and, annual fees and this and that, and not giving you what you really expect to get out of that money. I'm a pharmacist and I know what pharmacies are going through. We build this for efficiency and cost effectiveness. And you may find some other companies that may be providing something remotely close to what we have, and they charge three times as much. So if you have any questions, just schedule a call with us. I mean, just schedule a call with us. We'd be more than happy to share. And Kendrick, if you want to show that last slide you have also, that shows your contact information. And if you have any questions, I would just would encourage you to put that in the chat right now. Let me see. Somebody had a question. Okay. So I'm going to let this gentleman, Mitesh, talk. Okay. Go ahead, Mitesh.
Hi, how are you, Mr. Mahendra? How are you?
I'm doing great, Mitesh. How are you? Nice to
I'm
talk to you
good.
again.
Actually, I'm a Alpa. I'm a PIC, but it's under his name. I was interested in it, but about the pricing, like when you do the central fill, then the profit and margin, because locally they are already doing lower pricing. So if you are doing the central fill, what margin of the what percent of the margin you calculate? Because if you look at the sum of pricing, you are so high. It's already high versus what they are getting locally.
Well,
I
that's a
don't know.
perception. Okay, so let me address that because I know your question is valid. I mean, if you were to go make any of those central fill products that we have, well, you have to have a technician, and some pharmacies in certain part of the country, pharmacy technicians are getting paid $50 an hour to do compounds, especially sterile. And then if you do non-sterile, they're in the mid 20s or maybe close to $30 an hour. And when you add the cost of that time that you spend with the technician, okay, with your having the products, weigh them, regulatory, walking into your pharmacy and asking you when was the last inspection, what do you do with expired drugs, what do you do with expired chemicals, how do you get rid of them? And it happened to my pharmacy about 10 years ago before I sold it. EPA walked into my pharmacy. EPA. I mean, I mean, you would think of who EPA would walk in. They said, "How do you get rid of the, chemicals?" And we showed them,
See.
but the inspector, sometimes they become a little funny and they wrote us up for something stupid. And all it takes, I called my attorney, he wrote a letter. That we're following the Board of Pharmacy directions. And I know you're one arm of the law or the regulatory, and Board of Pharmacy is another. And basically, he wrote a letter. We never heard back from him again. Okay. So your point is valid. But when you're looking at, if you see, let's say, a compounding pharmacy across the street selling, say, GLP product for $35, I mean, let's just say $90. They're not selling it for, nobody's selling it for 35, but let's just say selling it for $9,500. Okay. Okay. And yeah, for that pharmacy, yes, it did cost them probably about $30 to $35 to make that product, any of these compounded product. Okay. And, um, but he's doing it himself. If you add up all the expenses, excuse me, with all the regulatory, payroll, and everything else, you probably come very close to what we're charging. My rule of thumb to you is that you don't need to. I mean, I know that cost is important. Every pharmacist think, "Oh, I want to get the lowest cost," because we've been trained as a pharmacist to always try to get the best price on propranolol, the hydrochlorothiazide, metformin. I want to pay the lowest price. This is the type of a specialty area that you don't need to compete with the price. People are willing to pay you what you charge as long as you provide them what they need. Okay. My rule of thumb is whatever the cost of the product is in our central fill times two. I mean, honestly, that's what you need to do, times two. And you double your money. No regulatory, no payroll, no compounding, no anything. You just have to, you know, send the product or the prescription that either come through our Expedicare, through our telemedicine, or if the patient walks in from a doctor's office or a veterinary office, we have a process built in that you can send that prescription into our central fill, and that's all you got to do. You get the product in if it's refrigerated overnight, or if not, you get it in the, second day air, FedEx, and you just hand it to the patient and you make your money. That's all you got to do. Did I answer your question, Mitesh?
You did, but you said that, for example, if you're charging $10 for $20 for the cost, then I do $40 and sell it. But in the real case, it's kind of hard to beat it. Like, I mean, I get it what you're trying
Again,
to
I go
say.
back to what I just said, Mitesh. The thing what I want to tell you is that this is the kind this pet medication or any other part of the compounding. Okay, you don't want to be the Costco of compounding. You don't want to be competing with somebody that spent $500,000 building a clean room, okay, and paying somebody $50 an hour to make these compounds, okay. And if you add
See,
those things up, you'll see that the price that you paid might be even sometimes less than that. Of course, the
I
pharmacist
see.
at the place looks at it. Okay, so ingredient cost me $30. I'm selling for 90. I'm making money, and all this payroll.
See,
But if you add up all and the insurance part of it, okay, then you have to
see,
have all the insurance and everything that you have to have with your liability insurance. You add those up, and you will see, Mitesh, that you know the prices are wholesale priced and they're not retail price. Okay.
I see.
Okay.
So, one more thing, like for those most commonly products, can you send us a catalog? I mean, I know we can see everything online, but like, what are your cost versus what are the average price on the market?
Yeah, everything you can see on my screen, right, Mitesh?
Yeah,
Right. If you go to 503A, okay, these are all the animal meds and all the human meds. It's all built in right in here. You can see the cost of the medication. You can see the shipping. It's already there. I'll say add 48 and 10, make it 58 times two. That's what you want to charge. And then when you go to your doctors, I mean, you want to present that. I mean, you don't want to walk into a veterinary office and say, here's a list and have a book of 17 pages showing your products that how much they are. You can show your doctors all of this digitally right in here. And they can go and look at the price and even send the prescription directly from here to your pharmacy. I mean, think about it. When you go talk to the doctor, say, here's what I compound. This is what it is. I mean, I picked a non-compounded product. He can just literally go into here. He would select a patient. If he doesn't have a patient, he can add a patient and send it directly to your pharmacy, a prescription, right from here. And he doesn't have to do anything.
I'm not seeing that. Is that your screen? You've got your screen share.
Oh, you didn't see it? Oh.
Matish, did you
Uh,
see that?
no, I did not see, sir.
okay,
Thank you,
hold on
Mr.
one
Smith.
second. Yeah, thank you for telling me that. Hold on. I thought I was sharing, but maybe it didn't share the first time. Okay, can you see my screen now?
It's still, yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
okay. So this is what I'm talking about. When you log in, it's all inside your RX Connection portal. You go to Cost Plus, and you can build a Cost Plus for animals. And you can just, for example, you go to your vets and tell them to register on this site, and they would build this, and they would come in here and then say they want to see all the veterinary medication. These are all the veterinary medications. We only got 17 of them in there. I didn't want to put all 150, but you can put them all in here, and you can search by condition, by drug. And all the vet has to do is click on our check prices, the quantity that is populated. They know what your price is, the dollar, and then they can just send RX to pharmacy. They can select the patient, they can add the patient, and send that prescription directly to your pharmacy right from here.
Yeah. So if they see the price, then those are not the final price, right? Those are the price
No,
that you
no,
charge
no.
us.
No, the prices, these are, if you go to medications, you set this up on your back end. So
I
if I
see.
go to, where's my cost plus? Right here. Okay. This is, this as a pharmacist, this is a pharmacy site. Okay. Example, a smart pharmacy, the same as the other one. If I go to my cost plus, you might go to my formulary. Okay. All the drugs are in here, and you set the price, whatever you want. You don't want to charge, for example, you want to charge $10 for this, you just click on here and charge $10. It doesn't matter. You see what I mean? Yeah. So
I see.
you set your own price in your back end, which reflects on the front end. You see what I mean? To the vets,
See.
to the doctor. They can see your retail price, not your cost.
I see.
Okay. They see your
I see.
retail price. And they ask the patient, hey, this here they got 2604. You want it? Yeah, okay. Click in here and send the script to the pharmacy, and which comes to your pharmacy. It doesn't go to any, doesn't give them a choice to send it to any other pharmacy. Only connects to your pharmacy because this is your account. So
I see.
by you going to your veterinaries in your area, and you try to, show them that you do have a portal, and also for the same thing for the patients, and they can go in there, register, okay, and now they can look up prices and everything else that they need to do right inside our portal. The other thing I want to touch real quick, because I know everybody wants to get back to work, is that we now have a beautifully designed addition to what we do with RX Connection. This is like a website that you can put all your telemedicine, even animal meds and everything else. You can add it beautifully designed and put all your compounded product in here. Okay. And basically you can showcase that to your doctors, to clinics, and you can build, and all of these are customizable by you. Okay. You can easily go in and, basically, create this. You don't like this, you can change it to whatever you want on your back end, and everything just reflects immediately. You can even put in your top products. You can even add over-the-counter items. So, like Kendrick, with those supplements and things like that. If you go to Animal Meds, okay, okay. So these are the prices: the Cisapride, cyclosporin, budesonide. But you can have a section, for example, call it OTC. Okay, I don't have one made, but you can go create one that says OTC for pets, right? When they go in
Mhm.
here, hey, buy some of those, breed-wise products. Buy some of those wipes. Buy some of those sprays. You have it in your store, and there's great margin on them. You pretty much make, I don't know, 50, 60% margin, right, Kendrick? I think, yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
where are you going to get 50, 60% margin? And all it takes is for you is to start marketing. And we give you all the marketing resources through our business app, as well as if you go to our analytics platform. You can bring in your data, and you can bring in your doctors, for example. You can look at doctors by zip code, and you can send doctors that you fill prescription for in this zip code simply a fax telling them about your services. You can also go in your patients. You can see where your patients are coming from and what zip code gives you the most revenue. And all you got to do is send SMS. You can select based on age, by anything else, male or female, and type whatever you want and say fat SMS. And all your patients in that zip code or in that category that you chose will get a text message. And on your physician also, if you go to your physician, where do you go? Right. You can We can create you any kind of templates. So you can choose any kind of template that you want to send to your physician, and cycle these faxes, and we'll talk about send them to the vets, then send them to cardiologists, send them to whatever. And you can categorize these kind of things. So it's a very targeted marketing directly to those who you want to reach. So thank you for everybody. So if I don't know if anybody else has any questions, we can let you talk. But now, Kendrick, do you have anything else you want to add, or?
I'm really impressed by the RX Connection website. I love seeing animal health being promoted on there. It's a great resource to find just about everything you could need
Yeah,
across the board in pharmacy, but I'm all about highlighting the animal health side and happy to
yeah.
talk to people about that specifically if ever
So,
needed.
Kendrick, if you're impressed with what we've built for animal meds, you have to see the human meds. It's even more
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm serious. I mean it. You gotta be impressed with what we've built for humans. Anybody has any questions, please drop us a line. Go to our website, schedule a call, or just call us. We're here to help. So, Kendrick, thank
Yeah.
you very much. I'm sure we're going to see you again in the future webinars, and we're going to talk more about your products, your company, your pharmacy, and see how you can help our members grow their business effectively and you know
Yeah.
effortlessly. Let's
On,
put it that
on
way.
LinkedIn, I'll continue to dive into each of these categories and do a deeper dive just over the next few weeks to continue to pull out this information because I think it's a good resource for people. So,
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for attending. Hopefully, we'll see you in our other webinars, and you all have a great day. Okay.
all right.
Thank you.